Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lockdown series. Today, we have with us Claire Pike. She is the Deputy Dean Education for Faculty Science and Engineering. Hi, Claire. How are you?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us and your time to speak on this topic. As you know, this is a very crucial phase that we are undergoing now. Do you have any tips and advices for students or the staff at ARU community on mental health?
Absolutely. I think that mental health and well-being is an incredibly important area. And I'd like to share with you a model for well-being that I read about, and it struck a chord with me. So I'd like to share it with you as well. And that is the idea that mental well-being comprises of three things. And those things are achievement, enjoyment, and closeness. And in order to have good mental well-being, we need a healthy balance of those things altogether. So maybe to expand on that a little bit more, taking the first one, achievement, all of us within the ARU community are, of course, focused on our course or our job. And there is quite a lot of achievement that comes from doing that well, for progressing well and meeting deadlines. And I think that can add to our well-being. But of course, life is more than just one thing. We also need to consider the well-being in other areas of our life. So on achievement, I would say take pleasure from the small things. Perhaps you've remembered someone's birthday and managed to send them a birthday card on the right day. That's a small achievement, and you should celebrate that. Maybe you've managed to tidy up your space at home so you can actually find your things. That's definitely an achievement too. Or perhaps you enjoy playing computer games and you've got to the next level of something that was really hard to overcome. Again, it's an achievement. Enjoy that. Which I think brings us on to the second domain of enjoying yourself. Everyone is, of course, very different, and we're all very personal as to what we find fun and pleasurable. I would really encourage everyone to spend a bit of time working out what you find enjoyable personally and make time for it. If it helps, treat it as a task that you actually have to give yourself the opportunity to do something pleasurable and give yourself the permission to do that. I think that's really important. And then last but not least is the idea of closeness, being together with people you care about and with people who you respect and you enjoy their company. That's of course more tricky during the current situation, but I would encourage everyone to do what they can in terms of keeping in touch with friends and family, just checking in with people, see how they are, share your day, hear about their day. And if you can, try to generate some shared experiences with the people who you are close to, but perhaps not physically close to. For example, maybe you could agree to watch the same film and then discuss it afterwards. Or there are lots of opportunities online to play a board game together remotely. And I think it's nice to try to create those shared experiences, even if we can't be physically in the same place.
Thank you so much. I think it was so specifically you described about the three things. It was really a good piece of advice. Thank you so much for that. So do you prefer, what you actually prefer for your mental well-being?
I try to take my own advice from what I've just told you. I find my job at Anglia Ruskin very rewarding, and I do get mental satisfaction out of many of the aspects of my work. But also in other areas of my life, I have been trying to move forward on projects at home. I've been making curtains, trying to redesign some living spaces, improve the garden. And I do find it's helpful for my well-being to be able to look at something I've made or done or improved and feel progress in that area of my life as well. In terms of enjoying things, I very much like wildlife and nature, so I try to go outside as much as I possibly can, particularly at the weekend. And in this period of time where life has perhaps been more restricted, I think I've learned more about nature close by. I've learned more about wildflowers and animals in the local area than perhaps I've known before. And I think that's been really interesting. Also, I enjoy arts and culture. I'm really fond of opera. So I've been taking advantage of some of the Royal Opera House streaming opportunities and things that have been produced from the National Theatre. And I've also been trying to take my own advice in terms of creating shared experiences with friends. So we recently had a virtual dinner party online where we shared recipes in advance. Everyone cooked the same thing and we came together and had dinner at the same time, or admittedly not in the same place.
That's very interesting to see. So do you have any specific hobby you usually do for your mental well-being apart from nature or opera?
I really enjoy travel, which is obviously not something that is 100% possible at the moment. But that doesn't mean to say that one can't plan future activities, which I think does help one's mental well-being, to think that however long we're in this situation, it won't be forever, and there will be other opportunities in the future. I also enjoy creative writing. So I have been writing some short stories, completely for my own pleasure, but that's another outlet which I find very enjoyable.
Oh, thank you so much. I think it's very interesting to see your different areas you're working in and the things you find pleasure in. So thank you for that. Do you have any plans for your Christmas? I know it's very difficult at the moment to figure out something, but have you planned anything?
I really enjoy cooking, so as far as possible, I'm looking forward to hosting friends and family, if we're allowed to do that, perhaps in small groups, maybe one person at a time over the festive period. But that is certainly an ambition if we're able to do that.
I hope so. Being optimism might work, maybe. Yeah. Thank you so much. And yes, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your valuable information with the students and ARU community. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining us. We'll be back again with another lockdown series. Thank you.